final. Over 300 nominations for this event to get down to this field. There's a big three close to the screen. Mark Williams, Daniel Mcclelland, Craig Hackett. All of them under 2 minutes, 200 freestyle. This will be an absolute furious pace. Ready to go. Bit twitchy there for the starters. Again, same race distance as the girls do. Everything, the conditions are the same. Tough conditions. If sets come, this will be a pure battle of strength. As away they go. Mark Williams getting a fly there. Mark, in fact, won the Australian Surf Race Championship 2 years ago. Came second to Daniel Mcclelland last year, or placed to Daniel Mcclelland. I think third, actually, to Daniel Mcclelland last year. But this will be... Now, there's Mark Williams. Once to look for Williams, Mcclelland, Hackett. Branch will be up there. O'Toole, City of Perth. Thomason, very good Ironman. Rick Pallister goes back a long time. Rick, great to see him back. Baxter, Dawson, Weir, Davis, Paul Davis, very strong. Cooper, Gladstone, Marshall, Brown Short, the two Shorts, they're brothers. They will be up there. Craig Riddington, welcome back. Riddo, Luke Richmond, a young flyer. Grant Hackett, the fellow, absolute flyer. Fastest 1,500-metre freestyler in the world for his age. Sean Davis will bolt away at the start. Sean Parks will be up there. Crowe's there. Hoskins, Fernandez and Dunn. Absolute quality field. Getting set.
Well, as we've just seen, there are some big names in there, but missing from this field are the likes of Mcclellan, who's been a constant performer, consistent performer all the way through. Looks like Daniel Mcclellan changing direction straight away. Scott Miller is also missing from this field. Both of those guys have Olympic trial commitments, so a couple of the good aces missing from there. Yeah, but I just wonder, in these sort of conditions, as we watch Hackett and Williams to the two Northcliffe guys, they will go hammer and tongs absolutely flat out in this. And as we surface again, this will be a huge pack. I just question whether the pool swimmers are really going to be able to, if they were here, whether they would cope with getting belted on this bank, because I tell you, that's going to happen. If the guys have been doing all the work leading up to the Olympic trials, their work is in the pool, not in the surf. But, I mean, that is a question we'll never know. Yeah, very much so. I guess you do become very specific with swimming in a pool, and there's certainly no black line out there. But we saw Daniel Mcclellan go very wide. He's obviously been watching the current and watching the sweep. He's normally very good with picking the line, so we'll have to wait and see where he comes up. Top of the screen is the 15-year-old Grant Hackett from Surfers Paradise. Just an unbelievable swimmer. Swims with Dennis Cottrell and his brother at Miami here on the Gold Coast. He knows this turf. He knows it very well. Got the classic 1,500-metre long, strong pool swimmer style. That's him just diving under. Watch when he pops up, Nicole. Talk about his style. Well, he's definitely got the classic slow stroking style, but he's been mixing it with the best, with the likes of Kieran Perkins and Glenn Houseman. And as we were saying, he's recorded a time that is equivalent to Stephen Holland's time when Stephen was 15. He's the fastest 15-year-old for 1,500 metres. So he's a pretty good bet for this race, I think. Sean Davis also up there. Sean Davis, absolute bolter in terms of going out quickly and fast at the early stages. Sean is a specialist beltman, very good at going one way, but probably doesn't do the work to bring it home. And again, in a field this quality, very hard to compete with these guys coming home. Swell's coming. Look how they've spread all the way across the beach. They're all picking their own line to get to these boys. And when you're in these conditions, again, I say it all the time. Now, that's Craig Hackett from Northcliffe. Craig, again, he's got the Ironman later on this afternoon. So, again, shows the versatility of these guys. Craig is a sub-4-minute 400 freestyler. You have to be to cope with this condition. And there's our first look at Daniel Mcclellan in the Cronulla cap, the blue cap with the black line through it. He's the world surf swim champion, and he's got a little bit to prove here. Form through the surf league, let's face it, I don't think his form through the surf league, through the 5 rounds of the surf league, wasn't quite up there in terms of what it has been in the past. But the New South Wales Championships, he won the surf and the belt, so he's back. But it's the equivalent, I guess, of the Australian swimming team selecting the Olympic team off the state championships. Well, these are the nationals. They should have been selecting off there. That's my say. Sorry, I had to get it out. Oh, look, I mean, you're entitled to say that, and that's exactly what Daniel has said too. But he's got it, the proof's in the pudding. If he can compete against the guys on in this territory here, he's got something to go back to the selectors with. Well, certainly something to prove today. We'll have to keep watching him. Looks like Danny Short on the right there. He's been consistent all throughout the year in the surf series. The surf league might not be Danny Short. We'll have to check as to who it is, but it looks like a Surfers Paradise competitor there off to the side. That's Sean Davis, I think, on the left. Sean, again, very strong going out, but whether he can cope with it coming home is yet to be answered. The skill that the guys have got to have now is to get to their boys quickly. Now, if you can get around the boys and get there quickly and first, you're in clear water, while the rest of the field is going to be buffeted all over the place. And that's what the guys will do. They'll form a V, like an arrowhead,
get round the cans first. You're in good, clean water with first crack at the waves. Rest of the field, now they've formed two different bunches here, still swimming largely in the bottom as a pack, and there's guys on the right-hand side of the screen swimming a different direction. That's Mark Williams, top of the screen. Mark, he may be going a different course to the other guys. I think they're swimming possibly to two different sets of swim cans.
Now, these guys do have to go around the one set of cans, so it's going to be interesting that they're pretty bunched, and normally there's a bit of biffo going around those cans, so it'd be interesting to see who actually holds their own.
Yeah, well, again, when you're in front and you are in clear water and everyone else converges, keep in mind that while they swim around a group of swim cans, when they hit that can and they all hit together, I've been there. If you get pushed under, you cannot get back up because there is an absolute sea of bodies on top of you. The only way around it is to go out, around, out wide.
But it looks like a competitor. We're not quite sure who that actually is out in front, but he's opting for goggles, which I guess looks like it would probably be a pool swimmer.
In fact, well, that looks like short Maroochydore going lot. You are in big, big trouble because, again, you're spending all your time in protection mode. That's a Surface Paradise cap they're going around there now. But these guys, and here they come. They'll converge as about 10 around that first pack. If you're in front, you've got a big chance to get away from the rest of the field.
That Surface Paradise cap could possibly have been... actually, it could be... I know who's leading. It's Kurt Eldridge. He's an Australian representative. He's a great swimmer, 1,500 metres. Sorry, I should have recognised him straight away because I spent many years on the national team with him. He's a great swimmer and obviously a great competitor. He's been doing a lot of work with Brian Sutton in Maroubra, but obviously representing North Bondi here. Well,
great to see a pool swimmer making a go. I mean, obviously he does the work in the surf to be where he is right now in this quality of field.
Yeah, he's flying there. He's definitely got quite a big lead. He's out to prove something. You know, he hasn't really been consistent in his pool swimming, and he certainly would like to be a little bit more consistent, I think, out in the surf. Well,
he's certainly got the classic long distance 1,500 type freestyle shape in terms of his swimming. But look at the lead he's got on a field like this. Look at the pack. Now, the only way they're going to catch him is on waves. In the middle of that is Mcclellan, a very, very good surfer. Williams, a very, very good surfer. I mean, how good's Eldridge on a wave?
Yeah, well, I think he could be fairly gutsy. I've told the story of seeing Daniel Kowalski outsurf Daniel Mcclellan, so it is possible for a pool swimmer to outsurf the surf swimmer.
One of the interesting things is wearing goggles. As there's waves out the back, getting a lift. We work with these waves. You just got to lift your swell, lift your kick. Eldridge is now in a good position. Unless the rest of the pack get this, it's not big enough for them. It's not in the right place. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 on it. The skill is here. Who can hold it? That's the big skill. Head up. Mcclellan on there. Mcclellan's in this. He will, on ticker alone, potentially win this race. No, he's fallen off, so he hasn't held it as long as looks like Eldridge. If he's held this, he's done a brilliant job. We can't get a look at the cap yet. No, it's not. It's a Maroochydore cap. Looks like Robert Thomason. He's done a brilliant job holding that. He's gone straight past Kurt Eldridge. If that's Robert Thomason, Emu Park Surf Club will be right now going off like a firecracker. He does a lot of work up at Emu Park. He lives up there. He does a lot of work up there. Brilliant surfing. Stand up at Emu Park. Performer throughout the surf league, and you know he'll be brilliantly happy with this. Well, last year he didn't compete in last year's Australian titles. As we watched some of the best body surfing you will ever see, holding the breath, arm out in front. Buggered up. He did his ankle very badly last year. Up he comes. Emu Park, Rockhampton, stand up and clap. I'll bet you they'll be going off. Maroochydore, stand up and be proud. Look at him jumping out of his skin. Welcome back, Robert. Very, very, very well done. Yeah, he's normally fairly excited with doing that. Daniel Mcclelland coming through in the Cronulla cap there. Mark Williams versus Daniel Mcclelland. Up he gets. Go Wally Williams coming for another one. That looks like Landara. No, that's Mark Williams coming across in second place. Well done, Mark Williams. He'd be disappointed, but to see Robert Thomason, they are in fact teammates. Landara again in third place. Brilliant swimming, but Robert Thomason, man of the hour. Again, fantastic surfing by him. Held not one wave in close, but another one from out the back. To be up there in this field, you've got to feel